Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to another Kerbal Space Program Wiki Campaign. And in this video, first I want to show you that I'm going to download and install Kerbal Joint Reinforcements. And it basically will ease your mind about the whole... Okay, like it increases the stiffness and strengths of connections. Stiffens interstage connections. It eases the physics. So instead of having all your physics jump in at you all at once, it'll slowly dial up the external forces. So you don't get that first part of your ship won't be destroyed on the launch pad as easily. And trust me, you want that because it's annoying to have it where if you don't have this, you'll understand why it's a good idea to have it. And I didn't mean to click it. I wanted to drag it over here. Kerbal joint reinforcements. I want to place that in there. And this should be one of the last mods I install until way later. So let's go ahead and start this up. And I will be right back. I need to step away from my mic right quick. Okay, YouTube, I have returned. So, sorry about that little delay there, but I'm sure you liked watching the planet spin around in circles. But I had to go get something to drink, and I just cannot play this game without a Mountain Dew. So, let's go ahead and get this started. We are in Liquid Fuel Rocketry. So basically, the advances of the solid fuel rockets made it where the Kerbals could basically make it where they now have the ability to control the thrust of the rocket from mission control. So we're going to use a Romeo Charlie. And the things about this one is we have to launch an LVT-30 liquid fuel rocket eastwards. So now we're going to actually maneuver the aircraft a little bit. So we need a fuel tank. It's not specific on the fuel tank that we use, but we are going to kind of go cheap on this. So let's send something small, because we don't have to go very far. But we do have to make it into the ocean. And we do need a nose cone of sorts. So the advanced nose cone. We do need to recover this craft, so we will be using a parachute. Oh, there it is. What is that? The Mark 12 radial is a half-sized radial mount version of the Mark 25. It's small, deploys high up, and certainly not enough to stop you smashing into the ground on its own, but useful for slowing craft down before the deployment of their main chutes. That could be very useful for heavier ones. Huh. I've never used those, actually. Never even seen them. It tells you how much attention I pay. I usually go straight for what I know. So let's go ahead and throw this on here. We'll throw 2 of them on it. Let's set them up high. A little bit up there. We need... We're going to throw this on here for... Oh, not that one. Actually, yeah, let's use that one. And we'll use 3 of them. So that we can control the craft. Maybe, unless I can find something... Yeah, I think that one will work. Well, we got the deluxe wings, but those are even bigger. I'll use these. So let's throw on the LVT-30. This one does not have gimbal. And if you look, if you right-click on it, it'll say gimbal over here, like the LVT-45 has gimbal, which means that the bottom of the rocket here will swivel back and forth and you don't need the wings to make it turn. But I think, if I'm right, you have to have wings in order to make this one turn. I'm not too sure though. And we will call this one 003 dash Age of Rocketry dash Liquid Fuel Rocket dash Mission 1 and Mission 1 M1. And we will save this. Let's set up our staging. Just put the rocket down at the bottom. And as a last note while it is loading, it says, land that thing in the ocean lest you worry the Kirbyits. And if you notice down here, KJR stabilizing in progress. So east. So we want to fly this thing east. And the easiest way to know is that east is basically... Okay, this right here is west. So whenever you're on the launch pad, and if you notice where this is here, the VAB center, that is west. North is this away, basically in the direction of the flag. And east is where the sun comes up, the moon will rise, and all that good stuff. And south is the plains, just for directional things here. And if you zoom out, well, actually, I take that back. Okay. That way is north. It's kind of... Here, I know an easy way to tell. East, yeah, east is directly that way. Yeah, I was right. We are setting on a weird peninsula here. So east is going this way. And if you look over, there's an island over here and stuff like that. So we just want to make it out in this area. It doesn't matter how far away we make it and stuff. So now we can control the throttle by shift and control. And we can launch. And kind of start turning in an eastwardly fashion. Not too much because we don't want to overcorrect ourselves, and we overcorrected ourselves. And maybe we should have used 4. Yeah, we should have used 4. So I'm just gonna kill the engines with X. I'm gonna face this thing down. Well, in order to face up, press Z. And maybe we can... Nope. So I figured out that my... I think what's wrong is the... these here are too big. And I have my parachutes setting up top. So let's launch those. We're going to go ahead and time warp down. And I think that's my problem. I think my parachutes might be my problem. Again, the whole physics things, and I'm moving way too fast. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. So that's okay. Let's go ahead and recover the vessel, and we will try and relaunch this again, only we're going to change a couple things. One thing we're going to have to change is the aerodynamics. Let's do mass. Use the Delta V wings, and I'm going to put 4 of them on there this time. And I'm going to grab these, I'm going to bring them down. There we go. And I'm not sure exactly how the, if it can rotate without wings that are meant to rotate. So we're going to keep the throttle all the way down, hit space, activate it, and just slowly lift off here. And we will slowly press D to bring it over some. So we're doing all right. I think the Kirbyits at the oh boy, there it went. Let's get out here. So this is definitely not what I'm trying to do here. I don't know what exactly is going on. We did land it in the ocean, though, sort of. So, and you know, I've launched enough of these. It's just it's kind of like going back to the basics and trying to relaunch stuff. It's kind of just messes with you a little bit, I think. And I've always been wanting to do this campaign, but yet now it's like, what to do? I mean, nothing is working. Can use the basic fin. throw that on there, I guess. Maybe throw this off. Take off the extra weight on the sides and just throw on a Mark 16 extra large. We'll save that and we'll launch it. So let's launch. And we're trying not to use SAS. We can, however, it did say that we can use the basic SAS module that's built in, because it's not very advanced and stuff. So if we press T, go towards prograde, see, it'll turn it on its own. So we can use that. I was just trying not to. So how about this? Let's go back to the Space Center, abandon the mission. Because we can abandon missions. We can't revert because I have it set to a harder difficulty. Let's go ahead and use the built-in SAS for this stuff. Let's put on some different aerodynamics. The AVs. There we go. Let's save that. And, like, if I go up to the top of the campaign area, it does say on there, SAS modules don't exist until the middle of the Carbonite program, so don't use them. Until then, yes, Hotshot, you will need to fly using the onboard command module, SAS only. Advanced SAS modules don't exist. And if I look this up, we do have stability assist. So we can use SAS. So let's go ahead and use that. And that'll help it stay under control. And if you click on these, it will set it towards prograde, retrograde, normal, anti-normal, stuff like that. So we're just wanting to go eastward here. And we probably should have used a smaller engine, or smaller, yeah, not engine, but a smaller, whoop, and SAS lost control. Good stuff. Because I kept switching back and forth, I think. But we did manage to... This thing is like going berserk. But we did get out there where we wanted to be. So let's go ahead and speed up time. Turn off SAS before it uses all of my electricity. Parachutes. And we'll go ahead and land. I'm not too fond of that parachute. Not on this flat of a vehicle. And that didn't open until 400, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But we should land safely. We did complete the mission. We did land in the water, we flew eastwards, and we recovered it. The next mission is going to be basically the same thing, except it's going to be a 2-stage. So we're going to be doing a 2-stage rocket. We are going to go 45 degrees eastwards until after 10,000 meters and reach space. So we do want a 2-stage rocket on this one. Let's click New. So let's use the RC, or the Romeo Charlie, once again. Let's throw on a nose cone this time. We will throw on a fuel tank, which is going to be the FLT 400. I want to throw on aerodynamics on this one, and I only want to use the basic fin this time. The engine is going to be the LVT 30. We have to use a decoupler to activate the next stage. The fuel tank for this one will be the FLT 800. Aerodynamics will include the standard canard, maybe? Looking Delta Wing. We use a tail fin down here. Set that kind of low. The engine we will use is again, the LVT 30. We do want some parachutes on this, so we will go utility, radial mounted parachutes. Not the drogue chutes, the actual ones. Wherever they disappeared to. Here we go. We only need 2 of them, and we want to fly eastwards, so let's put these on the sides. And we will set these down low here. Not 4 of them. And we will boost, we will eject, and hit the parachutes at the same time, and then we will thrust the burners. And let's name it 004. Age of Rocketry. Liquid Fuel Rocket Mission 2. Save and launch. And you do not need to establish an orbit. Save that challenge for the space race campaign. Okay. So after 10,000, we need to head eastward. So we're gonna just go straight up for a little while. Until we get up to 10 kilometers, which we're at 3 now. And you don't want to go up too fast. And they're saying that we need to enter space, so Maybe we do want to go fast. Let's start cutting east. And we want to go east about 45 degrees. Which we want it to be set. Why does it keep popping back so much like that? And we lost control because SAS is retarded. So let's just turn off SAS. You know what? Screw it. Kill the engines. Fall. I don't really know what the deal is with this one. I normally don't have this much trouble, and I really don't like this rocket, or this engine here. But they want me to use it, so that's what I'm using. I prefer the LTV40, and then using those for boosters on the sides. Let's go ahead and Space Center will abandon the mission. I'm not too worried about it. Nobody's in it, so let's come back out here. Now let's see what's going on with this thing. Center of mass is pretty low. Center of thrust is up a little bit higher. If I take this off, it's right there. Center of mass is there, and center of lift. Maybe if I swap these around and I put these on the bottom, or not those, but I want the standard canard on the bottom because they don't think they swivel. And then up top, I wish there was a smaller guess we could use these. We'll try that, I guess. That way it turns at the top and then instead of at the bottom. Oh, I guess those do turn. Well, that's probably not going to be a very good idea. So, max thrust. And we'll wait until we get up high enough and we'll start heading east. And we want to get into a 45-degree angle here, so come on, don't lose control on me now. As soon as we get up to 70,000, I'm going to turn the engines off. Alright. And we should be good to go on this one. And maybe not, because we're below... I should have went up to 100,000. Come on, turn back around. Come on, aim at it. You got it. Okay, now we're set. So now we're up to 111,000. If you press M on the keyboard, you can see a map view of it. So this is our rocket here. This is where we launched. Well, actually, this is where we launched. And this is our apoapsis. So we're a little high. We can fast forward around, and it'll automatically take us to time warp 1. And we are going to burn in. Hopefully we don't lose anything. And as you... Okay, turn off SAS, or we are out of electricity. Great. That would have been a great mission. I keep forgetting to add on extra things, and that's my fault, so... And that's usually, if you haven't noticed, that's one of the main reasons why these videos take so long, is because I keep forgetting to add on extra power supply. So let's change some of these things around, turn on SAS, full power, and go. And we should do okay on this one. So, I mean, it's flying alright. I'm watching my max apoapsis here. I'm starting to get higher G's. And we're at 10,000. Let's change that there. Gonna reduce the speed. Now we'll just head at a constant 45. And we got a pretty good apoapsis here. We managed to make it so I can hit T and turn off SAS so that it will, so I don't have to worry about these. We can also shut down this engine. And welcome to space. And when you get above 70 kilometers, that's whenever you hear this music. I'm gonna turn that back down. And again, we can check the map mode. And this is one of the reasons why I did not install Remote Tech. I will probably install Remote Tech later, so we're going to have to prepare for that on future missions. On missions that involve the satellite and stuff like that. And now we're going to be falling back to the planet. Our electric charge is still pretty good. We should start a burn soon. There it goes. And... ooh, there went my wings. Come on, kill it. Kill it. And I don't know what I'm going to land on, so let's hit the parachute. Whew. That kind of worried me a little bit. And we are going to land in the ocean, so that's good. Parachute's open. And we can come down. That was pretty close, actually. I actually thought I was going to lose more than that. And there she is. And that is it for Liquid Fuel Rocketry. Let me go ahead and back out of here. And nothing happened. So with that being said, that's it for Liquid Fuel Rocketry. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.